What is going on, guys? It's your boy Edward from Boxing Fanatico, and today we're going to talk about the Jeff Horn versus Manny Pacquiao fight and why I think Jeff Horn actually won that fight. Stay tuned. So let's go ahead and talk about this Jeff Horn fight. That fight was crazy to me. What I saw with that fight is that I felt that Jeff Horn won right off the bat. I watched it live, and from my viewing, I saw Jeff Horn winning by 2 rounds. Now I was scoring it mentally, so it isn't as accurate in terms of the retrospectiveness of it, of looking back and thinking of every single round. But that's the vibe that I had. I had Manny Pacquiao losing the fight by 2 rounds. And I even scored it after the fact. I rewatched the fight. And then I went ahead and scored it after rewatching the fight. And then I ended up giving him way more than 2 rounds. I ended the score. The scoring was 116-112. I gave Jeff Horn the first round. I gave Manny Pacquiao the second round, but did note that it was a swing round. But every swing round, I gave it to Manny Pacquiao just because of the outcry of Manny won. So I'm like, okay, well, let me try to give him the benefit of the doubt based off of my scoring. Round 3, I gave it a Horn. Round 4, I gave it a Horn. Round 5, gave it a Horn. Round 6, Horn. Round 7, Horn. Round 8, I gave it to Pacquiao. Round 9, I also gave it to Pacquiao. Round 10, Horn. Round 11, noted that it was a swing round, but I gave it to Pacquiao. Round 12, Horn, for a total score of 116-112. All right. I just want to ask, what fight is everybody watching? Like, seriously, 100%, like, no joke. What is the fight that everyone is watching? Because the fight that I watched, first of all, let's get Compubox Numbers out of the way right now. The thing that makes me laugh is that the same people that thought that Manny Pacquiao beat Mayweather and said, hey, look at these Compubox Numbers, they're so BS, Compubox Numbers are lying to you, are the same people that we're seeing now say, hey, you gotta look at these Compubox Numbers. How are you gonna deny the Compubox Numbers? Manny Pacquiao won this fight. This is the thing with the Compubox Numbers. The Compubox Numbers is not like, Compubox Numbers aren't exempt from human error, because it isn't a computer, or it isn't a chip in their glove and then a chip in their body for body attacks, for body hits, and for face hits. It doesn't work like that. What it is it's an actual person on a laptop who is clicking K for punches landed and L for punches missed. That's what that is. That's what that is. It's not a be all end all. So Compubox Numbers can have errors in there. There was no way that you can watch round 1 and tell me that Horn didn't land more punches than Manny Pacquiao in that fight. Just rewatch the fight. I feel like everyone who's doing their outcry has not rewatched the fight, and if they did rewatch the fight, they would know that Horn won that first round easily. He was more aggressive. He was effective and aggressive. Don't let these people pretend or sway your belief to think that he didn't land punches. He was landing punches flush right on Manny Pacquiao's face and body. Those count. The body punches count. So then they went ahead and rescored the fight. They rescored, the WBO went ahead and rescored the fight, and it was 5 different judges, all put in a separate room by themselves, all determining that Manny Pacquiao still lost that fight. And these are professional judges. Now, we have 8 judges, 8 that think Jeff Horn won that fight. The thing about it is that, trust me, listen, I predicted Manny to win this fight, as 98% of everyone predicted Manny Pacquiao will win this fight. But I don't let my bias of my prediction or my bias of somebody who's a superstar and based off of somebody who's not a superstar sway my opinion. I literally watch every fight with a blank slate. I watch it with a blank slate, and I give the respects to when they enter the ring, the records, when that bell rings. To me, each individual record means nothing. They have to perform in that moment, and whoever wins in that moment, that's the person that wins, to me, legitimately. Like, Jeff Horn out hustled Manny, outworked Manny. I was like, oh man, Jeff Horn's doing good, but he's gonna burn out because he can't sustain this intensity. The fact that he sustained that, unbelievable. The fact that he sustained that ability to stay at that high level, at that high, his training camp was phenomenal. I mean, his cardio is insane. He stayed at that high level against Manny Pacquiao, and it was phenomenal. So to me, he won that fight, and he won it very easily. And as I watched it live, I'm like, because I'm watching it with someone else, and that other person felt that Manny won the fight. And I'm like, wait a second, how? Like, I don't see Manny winning this fight. Like, I see Jeff Horn clearly beating him. And I have him by 2 rounds. I made it close in my mind, and maybe it's because the allure of Manny Pacquiao. Maybe it's because of that cloud of this is Manny and this is Jeff Horn, a very a less known boxer than Manny Pacquiao. And this is supposed to be like he's fighting basically a nobody in the realm of boxing, and your brain wants to gravitate towards those points. So it makes it harder for you to make the decision that someone like Jeff Horn will beat Manny. But when you watch it, blank slate, and you just look at that fight, yeah, Manny Pacquiao lost. Like, Manny Pacquiao lost. Rewatch that fight without the bias of ESPN, with no sound. If you rewatch that fight, and I could watch fights with the bias of the commentators, because the commentators, to me, have lost all credibility. I mean, there's an agenda between those commentators and the fights that you're seeing, and that is clear as day. And that is because they'll say things that you're watching not happen. Like, oh my God, he comes back with a left and a right, and it's like he didn't come back with a left and a right, and the other guy actually hit him with a straight right, and you're just there like, huh? What left and right are you seeing? And then you got the people that are judging it unofficially, giving every single round to this other person that you're seeing clearly losing the fight. So, I mean, it's just that they don't even faze me. I like listening to them because it keeps the excitement there with when they're like like I don't like to not hear sound. So I'll watch it, but I can literally phase them out in my mind and not even consider whatever they're posting as their scores for the rounds as a legitimate scores. So go ahead, do yourself a favor. If you're huffing and puffing about this fight, rewatch the fight. Jeff Horn won that fight clearly, and I have him, like I said, I have him 116. So it was my score here, 116 to 112. Jeff Horn winning the fight. I have him winning most rounds. I only gave Pacquiao 4 rounds. 2 of the 4 were swing rounds. The only ones that weren't swing rounds was round 8 and round 9 to me. I gave those to Pacquiao clean without saying that, without it being swing or anything. And Jeff Horn even punctuated the fight, because at round 12 he killed it. And one more thing about round 9. Right after round 9, when that referee went up to Jeff Horn and told him, hey, listen, I want to stop the fight because I need to protect you. Are you kidding me? Like, am I the only one that thinks that that wasn't outrageous? Jeff Horn was possibly winning the fight, at that point. He didn't even fall to the floor. He was rocked. How many boxers aren't rocked? Like that was just so bizarre to me that the referee was gonna stop the fight because he was rocked. And Jeff Horn, his grit was amazing because he came out in the next round and he beat Manny Pacquiao in the next round. He beat him in that round. Like, let's not take this away from Jeff Horn. Could he beat the top elite fighters? I don't know. And the people that are saying, oh, he can't win against them, no matter what, not with the style that we saw. Manny Pacquiao's old, Manny Pacquiao's this, Manny Pacquiao's that. Like, you got to give him a chance to fight. You don't know if he was just able to, withstand Manny Pacquiao's onslaught, so he fought that fight to entertain his crowd, or you don't know what he's doing, but he knew how to win that fight. And he could bring that same grit and that same, he was in the biggest stage of his career and he didn't fold. The lights were not too bright. That is a big X factor when it comes to people taking a step up in a competition. Is this light too bright for you? Are these lights too bright for you? And it wasn't too bright for Jeff Horn. He was able to step up to the stage. No nerves, no respect for Manny Pacquiao. Two perfect things that you need to succeed as an underdog. And he put that on stage. He can do that with another big fighter if he had the opportunity. Am I saying he's gonna win? No. And these jokes need to stop about, oh, Jeff Horn, he's gonna be the best, he's gonna be the best welterweight or whatever. Like he's the best right now. He could take on Keith Thurman, beat him, Errol Spence beat him, like Terrence Crawford beat him. He could beat them all. Like I see the sarcasm, and it just needs to stop, because you guys are robbing this man of such a momentous. This is not the same thing as Timothy Bradley versus Manny Pacquiao 1. Timothy Bradley versus Manny Pacquiao 1, I scored it for Manny Pacquiao. And in that fight, I predicted that Timothy Bradley would win. I was right, but I wasn't right in the way that I wanted to be right. So when I scored the fight live, I scored it for Manny Pacquiao, and I didn't even need to rewatch that one. To me, it was very clear that Manny Pacquiao had won that fight. So, this I rewatched because the whole world was saying that Jeff Horn lost this fight, but he won this fight clearly. If you have any questions on that, rewatch it. This is your boy Edward from Boxing Fanatico, and I'm out. See you guys next time.